11 Houston, the definition is pretty good on our monitor here. The color's not too varsity, at least on this set. Could you describe what you're looking at, over?
Roger, you're seeing Earth as we see it at our left-hand window.
Footsteps on the Moon, Men from Planet Earth. An ABC News special with Frank Reynolds and Jules Bergman. Brought to you by Philco Ford, who helped design, build, and operate the Apollo Mission Control Center. And by Tang, the energy breakfast drink of Earth chosen for Apollo astronauts in outer space.
Good evening. Men from planet Earth have walked on the moon, and so we are told we enter a new world. But we really don't know what that means. It may be 5, 10, 50, or 100 years before we understand, in retrospect, how this new world is different or how we are different. Right now, we can only be certain that 4:17 p.m., July 20th, 1969 AD, is an end and a beginning. And with that in mind, we have tried to encapsulate the magnificent events of the past 24 hours so as to show them to you in the next 58 minutes.
Houston, Columbia, my disk is reading 4.9, and X, 5.0 make it, and EMS 105.4, over.
Columbia, Houston, we'd like you to terminate average G, over.
This is Apollo Control. That separation maneuver was performed as scheduled, giving the command module a delta V of about 2.5 feet per second, which should give a separation to the two vehicles of about 1,100 feet at the beginning of the descent orbit insertion maneuver. You got right on US-1, Mike.
Eagle remained in orbit until all systems were checked, all data confirmed, then swooped down toward the moon. Eagle now 50,000 feet above the moon. Speed and altitude decreasing, still descending.
100 feet, 3.5 down, 9 forward. 5%. 185. 75 feet. Car's looking good, down a half. 6 forward. 60 seconds. Lights on. 6. Down 2.5. Forward. Forward. Good. 40 feet, down 2.5. Picking up some dust. 30 feet, 2.5 down. Straight shadow. 4 forward. 4 forward. Drifting to the right a little. 20. Down a half. 30 seconds. Forward. Just. Good. Okay. Contact light. Okay, engine stop. APA at a descent. Mode control both auto, descent engine command override off. Engine arm off. 413 is in. We copy you down, Eagle. 11 Houston, we see a box full of goodies there, over.
Oh, we really have them, Charlie. We got all kinds of good stuff. We've got coffee up here in the upper left, and various breakfast items, bacon in little small bites, and beverages like fruit drink. And over in the center part, we have all kinds of things. Let me pull one out here and see what it is.
Right.
Would you believe you're looking at chicken stew here? All you have to do is 3 ounces of hot water for 5 or 10 minutes. Now we get our hot water out of a little spigot up here with a filter on it that filters any gases that may be in the drinking water out. And we just stick the end of this little tube in the end of the spigot and pull the trigger 3 times for 3 ounces of hot water, and then mush it up and slice the end off it. There you go, beautiful chicken stew. Roger, TV circuit breaker's in.
Stage 5 clear.
Roger. And we're getting a picture on the TV.
You got a good picture, huh?
There's a great deal of contrast in it, and currently it's upside down on our monitor, but we can make out a fair amount of detail.
Okay, would you verify the position, the opening I ought to have on the camera?
Stand by. Okay, Neil, we can see you coming down the ladder now.
Neil, we can see you coming. Okay, I just checked, getting back up to that first step. It's not even collapsed too far, but it's adequate to get back up.
Roger, we copy.
It's a pretty good little jump.
Buzz, this is Houston, F2, 1/160th second for shadow photography on the sequence camera.
Okay. I'm at the foot of the ladder. The LEM footbeds are only depressed in the surface about 1 or 2 inches.
Yeah, radio loud and clear. How's it going?
Roger, the EVA is progressing beautifully. I believe they're setting up the flag now.
Great.
I guess you're about the only person around that doesn't have TV coverage of the scene.
That's all right. I don't mind a bit.
And there's the
How is
flag.
the quality of the TV?
Oh, it's beautiful, Mike. It really is.
Oh, geez, that's great. Is the lighting halfway decent?
Yes, indeed. They've got the flag up now, and you can see the stars and stripes on the lunar surface.
Now, and you can see the stars and stripes on the lunar surface. Beautiful, just beautiful.
Neil and Buzz, the President of the United States is in his office now and would like to say a few words to you. Over.
That would be an honor.
Go ahead, Mr. President. This is Houston out.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House. And this certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made. I just can't tell you how proud we all are of what you... For every American, this has to be the proudest day of our lives. And for people all over the world, I am sure they too join with America in recognizing what an immense feat this is. Because of what you have done, the heavens have become a part of man's world. And as you talk to us from the Sea of Tranquility, it inspires us to redouble our efforts to bring peace and tranquility to Earth. For one priceless moment in the whole history of man, all the people on this earth are truly one. One in their pride in what you have done, and one in our prayers that you will return safely to Earth.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a great honor and privilege for us to be here representing not only the United States, but men of peace of all nations, and with interest and a curiosity and with a vision for the future. Honor for us to be able to participate here today.
And thank you very much, and I look forward, all of us look forward to seeing you on the Hornet on Thursday.
Look forward to that very much, sir. It takes about 2 or 3 paces to make sure that you've got your feet underneath you. 3 or maybe 4 easy paces can bring you to a fairly smooth stop. Direction. Like a football player, you just have to put out to the side, cut a little bit. So-called kangaroo hop does work, but it seems your forward stability is not quite as good as it is in the conventional, more conventional one, but after another.
Neil, this is Houston. Did you get the Hasselblad magazine?
Yes, I did. And we got about, I'd say, 20 pounds of carefully selected, if not documented, samples.
Houston, Roger. Well done, out.
The second box. Personally, and reflecting the events of the past several days, a verse from the Psalms comes to mind to me. When I consider the heavens, the work of thy fingers, the moon and the stars which thou hast ordained, what is man that thou art mindful of him? Apollo 11, signing off.
So at last, the greatest adventure in history ended as it had begun, perfectly. The first anti-contamination measures went quickly, and the astronauts were then hoisted aboard the helicopter from the carrier Hornet, where President Nixon watched in obvious excitement. He waited to personally welcome them after they'd entered the Mobile quarantine facility, where they were to begin their 17-day isolation period.
Band on the deck strikes up. Let's listen to that band, President's applauding as they play Columbia, the Gem of the Ocean. Columbia, of course, is that module out there.
There goes the first astronaut. Up in the Billy Pugh net.
Up in the Billy Pugh net.
Dr. Carpentier slides it open, and here they come. Here they come, the three astronauts, Armstrong, Aldrin, and Collins, waving to the crowd of cheering sailors, moving swiftly into the Mobile quarantine.
This is the greatest week in the history of the world since the creation. Because as a result of what happened in this week, the world is bigger infinitely. And also, as I'm going to find on this trip around the world, and as Secretary Rogers will find as he covers the other countries in Asia, as a result of what you've done, the world's never been closer together before. And we just thank you for that. And I only hope that all of us in government, all of us in America, that as a result of what you've done, we can do our job a little better. We can reach for the stars just as you have reached so far from the stars. We don't want to hold you any longer. Anybody have a last word? How about promotions? Do you think we could arrange something?
Oh, we're just pleased to be back and very honored that you were so kind as to come out here and welcome us back. Yeah. And we look forward to getting out of this quarantine and talking without having glass between us.
stations, that concludes our feed for this evening. Please rejoin us on the network at 7:30